Oh, well. Howdy. Says that Hangout's live. Got nothing special going on here today. Highly doubt that there's anybody even watching at the moment. Says that there's one waiting, so that would be me waiting. Hey, Food Master. Just got done outside. Oh, well, all right. Me too. It's time for some Lingenfelter, some summer shanty there. I'll do exactly that there, Gunpowder. I'm not doing anything special right now. I'm just doing a little setup change here. Looking to do a little testing and a little bit of drinking beer. That summer shanty ain't all that bad. A little bit of lemony aftertaste, but it's cheap. If anybody does want to jump in, the link is just getting posted out in the side chat. I'm honestly just doing yet again another testing. Oh, well, sorry, Outlaw. I didn't realize that you were at work. But since you are, I'll drink one for you if you'd like. I got a few of them. Yeah, I just did a little setup change here. I'm going to be doing foreign and domestic tonight. So wanted to see how it was working out, if I was if it was working. Because, well, it is what it is. It's YouTube. You never know if it's going to work if you change something. This isn't how it's going to end up staying. This is literally just how I threw it together for tonight. And hopefully I can get away without having to wear these damn things. I understand the big boys out there, wear these things. But they're just uncomfortable to wear for 2, 3, 4 hours at a time. Lost Lake Ice today. I got a nice coffee stout chilling right now. Oh, hey, coffee stout. That's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's just been one of those days, huh, Outlaw? I've got 5. I've actually got quite a bit more than out of this stuff. It was cheap, so I picked a bunch of it up. Yeah, you'd be good to have you at foreign and domestic tonight. I don't know what the Scotsman actually has planned for foreign and domestic tonight. We are jumping on Alaskan ballistics bandwagon of hashtag guard every school. And so that's one of the things that I know we're probably going to talk about a little bit. There's a lot of communication that we can have there. Yeah, I can imagine, Gunpowder. I can imagine wearing, especially like over the ear headphones. If you're a person that's got earrings, that's got to be damn uncomfortable. They're damn uncomfortable as it is. And it's not like these are super cheap ones, but I mean, they weren't expensive. They don't have like gel cups on them or anything. They're nowhere near as comfortable as my shooting ones. But yeah, so tonight is just one of those, right at the moment, it's just one of those things where I changed the setup a little bit. So I figured, hey, what the heck? I'll just go ahead and turn it on and see what happens. If anybody would like to join in, so you can, help me out and let me know if I'm getting like all kinds of crazy echo or anything. Hopefully you're still out of whiskey. What the hell? Isn't there stores in Texas? Wait a minute. That's Texas. Isn't there somebody down the street that makes it? Oh, John Brown. Good to see John Brown. Hey, yeah, nothing special here, man. Just some guy in a Mr. Holster shirt drinking a Lingenfelter. talking into a microphone and a little bit of a different setup. So yeah. Yeah, way behind in the chores, Fu Master. Yeah, I can understand. I can understand. When you go down like that for a while, stuff gets backed up. There's nothing else you can really do about it. But yeah, at least you got to mow the gun range. I actually went and did that today myself. Went and mowed the pistol portion of my range. I'm looking at setting up the rifle portion of the range, and did a bunch of measuring out and looking at how I'm going to create my backstops and whatnot. Yep, just drinking beer and speaking to the box. That's exactly what because why not? Because I can sit here and drink beer by myself and not talk to anybody. But why not just go live, drink beer, and talk to you guys? You know, oh. Yeah, Lingenfelter's not bad stuff. It's not the best, but I mean, not bad. I picked up this the summer shanty stuff, and they also had the orange one. I don't really know about all that. Hell, I don't even know how much alcohol's in this. Probably like 1.5. It's probably less than um it's probably less than a Mike's. there's there's probably not much alcohol to that. Captain Stark, hey, how you doing? Yeah, it's just one of those. I got to get prepared for foreign and domestic, so I have to have like 5 or 6 beers before we go on that at least. Just to endure the Janice gay jokes mostly. A-OK Forging. Hey, girls. I caught just a little bit of your live stream earlier today when you were doing your announcements, and I'm sorry I did not get in on that bandwagon. I truly intended to. If you noticed, I haven't even been doing any produced videos lately. I've just been rocking so bad. I just been in between work and the girlfriend. It just life has just been getting in the way. Mostly work has been getting in the way, unfortunately, of actually doing videos. And I meant to hit you on a VR with that, but I just couldn't make it happen. I couldn't get the time in. Unfortunately, but I was there in the side chat while I was getting some of my ducks in a row. So the link, if anybody does want to jump in here and just shoot the crap for a while, the link is right there in the side chat. Not doing anything special, but if somebody does jump in, might be able to give me a little bit more feedback and let me know if everything's going okay. And if I get somebody else in here, I'll be able to tell if I'm creating echo and all that jazz. On top of that, the only way to get a wrench on my channel is to jump in on one of these impromptu live streams. So with that said, if you want a wrench for my channel, the only way to go about doing that is to jump in on one of these impromptu live streams. And you jump in on the live stream and I will kick you a wrench. That's just the way that I roll. So with that said, so I changed my setup. As you can tell, I'm normally sitting in my recliner, with my system is set up completely on the other side of the living room. This is kind of a breezeway in between my living room and the kitchen. And I decided to just go ahead and get a oh, dang it. You're going to challenge me with your goddamn email again? Somewhere around here, I do have your email. It's in here somewhere, hopefully. And I know it's super simple, but oh, there it is. All right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and shoot you a link here, Gunpowder. Being said you're on mobile, and dropping the link into the email right now. Alrighty then. All right. Well, that email is now sent, so you should be able to get that here shortly here, Gunpowder. But I decided that I needed to get myself a desk and set myself a little bit more up, you know, instead of just sitting in my living room with the with my laptop sitting on the side table and using my TV as my monitor. I don't actually watch TV. I've got a big TV that I use as my monitor, and I also use it for my sound. Well, I don't know with the current setup if I'm going to be feeding back and forth or not with that television the way that it is. I did also create another sound option, but at this point I'm having a little technical difficulty on getting that to function. I did go out and pick up a shock mount for the Yeti and an arm that's attached to the table as well for the Yeti. So it looks a little bit more, I don't know. You can't really say it's professional, but this is B Pro. So yeah, I'm going to try to be professional on a shoestring budget. But the shock mount that I picked up for this is just a Knox shock mount. It's not the Yeti, the actual Yeti one, but this one is designed for the Yeti. Seems like it's going to work pretty good. Can't really tell if I'm giving any noise by moving it around. Doesn't really look like it's giving much noise by moving it around. So the shock mount seems to work well, and the scissor mount is just an El Cheapo off of Amazon. So just changing my setup a little bit. Well, there she is.
Sweet. Changing up the setup.
Yeah, just messing around a little bit with the setup and cool. Getting it to where I'm basically not just sitting in my recliner. Actually putting together a semblance of a desk.
I'm a big fan of sitting in a recliner just for the simple fact that if I've got to be on a chat, I might as well be comfortable. Recliners are pretty awesome. Why not just stick the desk in front of the recliner?
Well, I seriously thought about doing that. But there was almost really no reason for it. Ultimately, what's going to end up having to happen is I'm probably going to have to get rid of one of my recliners, because, well, now I need a love seat, because now I've got a girlfriend and she don't like coming over here and sitting in separate recliners.
Tell her that's what you have a lap for.
I said, I'll clear you a spot. But, she wasn't digging it too much. I don't know.
All right. Some women are just picky. Some women are just picky.
Yeah, they certainly are. And yes, like I said, you jump into the channel and you get yourself a wrench. That's how that goes.
So you do know that means that I will most likely kick some people out of a chat from time to time, right?
Well, yeah, I understand you got a job to do, and that's the point in giving you a wrench.
All right, I got colorful hair and I'm sassy. You ready for that kind of job for me?
Well, simply because you drink out of a Louder Than Crowder mug, I trust you.
I'm not sponsored yet, but I totally should be, because this is pretty much the cup that is in all of my videos.
Like every single one. I love it.
Like every one of them. but I could fit a lot of coffee in this thing. Like the other ones are so small. I'm like, that's not enough coffee to get me through whatever I'm doing.
Well, we just had Joey Cuz jump in the side chat. Curious Yellow Solar jumped in. I'm going to just go ahead and shout out the side chat right now. There's an open link in the side chat, by the way. Curious Yellow Solar, always good to see him. Fu Master Chew, Joey Cuz, Rupon. There's a few others, but I'm not going to name you because, well, you haven't posted in the side chat. Open link, not really doing anything at all, just sitting around doing a little testing and drinking some summer shanty. I think I need to drink more. I can't speak properly at the moment.
Yeah, I think you need to take like 3 more drinks.
It was very refreshing, especially after the all the range work that I did today. I didn't actually do any shooting. I just worked on the range and mowed everything down, and there's building some more stands for the hard target steel. And
so there was a lot of hard work but no play is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's a messed up day, dude.
Yeah, it was terrible, but it's something that just absolutely had to be done. The stuff was already getting to be about yay tall, and it works if I, decide to go prone. But other than that, it's yeah, it was neat and done, and I did a lot of measuring out and figuring out what I'm going to do with my rifle range. And ultimately, I've got 90 yards. That's as far as I'm going to be able to go before I got to put up my backstop with the chunk of property that I'm able to work with.
That's pretty cool.
So it's going to turn out all right eventually, funds willing and whatnot. This setup isn't going to end up working for me very long. I got to get myself a different setup for the camera. The camera's like up here on me. And of course my monitor is down here. And so that's why you're constantly seeing me look down. It's not because I'm, trying to look down Gunpowder's shirt or anything.
That's all right. I'm wearing a t-shirt, so you're safe. It's been a crazy day here. Like the weather has been sweating balls. It's freaking ridiculous.
Is it just hot?
Yeah, it's just sweating balls. I don't even have balls. My balls are sweating. That's what kind of day it is.
Yesterday here was real hot, and like within 5 minutes, it went from really hot to miserably humid, and then it just started dumping rain for about an hour and a half. I'm out at the lake teaching a boy how to fish. And after he caught his second one, I was like, all right, well, we gotta kick rocks. Oh, Rich 1911. Good afternoon, sir. Yeah, so just like light switch weather difference. Today here's been just very overcast and chill. I was actually going to head out to the lake, but I just didn't end up having time with dealing with doing all the mowing and crap that I did today.
Yeah.
And I needed to work on this setup a little bit and get it prepared for foreign and domestic tonight. So I notice sometimes that you go live on just Facebook.
Yes. From time to time, I'll just do a Facebook Live. Mostly it's for the business. Other times it's just to kind of, not everybody watches YouTube. I don't know what's wrong with people, but apparently they exist. They don't watch YouTube. So I try to make it so my Facebook followers don't feel like I've just abandoned them.
Yeah, just bailed on them strictly for YouTube.
Yeah, and I was starting to feel like that the other day because I was like, dang, I actually don't remember the last time I went on Facebook Live. And one of my friends on Facebook, I was having a conversation, and she's like, did Facebook take away your going live option again? And I was like, no, I don't think it's been that long, has it? And she's like, yeah, you haven't been on in a while. So I decided to go on so that way people wouldn't think that Facebook punished me again.
And like to welcome the sexy beast from the east, Joey Cuz.
Sexy beast from the east, man. I don't put it that easily.
Oh, dude, I tell you, man, the girls love themselves a Joey Cuz.
Yeah, can't keep the hands off. Gotta beat them down with a stick every once in a while.
Well, you know, it's probably good that you live in New York and can only carry a stick then.
I'm lying. It's actually a twig.
Ah, what'd I do? Dang it.
Can't have a twig more than 7 inches.
It has to be sharpened to a dull point or...
Dull point? What are you, insane?
Right.
Shit, we're lucky they trust us with number 2 pencils every now and then.
Right.
Yeah, I just jumped on to do a little testing here, changing the setup a little bit, dealing with a little bit of other equipment and so forth. So seeing how that was going and getting myself ready for foreign and domestic.
Yeah, I figured I'd jump on, talk to you for a little bit because I know I'm not gonna be able to make or listen to the show tonight. Freaking Sundays suck.
Now, what time is that?
Whenever Scotsman decides it is.
Was it normally scheduled for 9 and it doesn't go on air until 9:45?
Well, yeah, normally scheduled for 9, but you know, he's kind of kept the tradition of TR, and we kind of work on TR prepper time sometimes. Which is great. I mean, TR gave us the time slot, and it was an absolute honor for him to do that for foreign and domestic. Absolute honor. So yeah, so we've kind of kept up some of that as well. WTF SoCal in the house. How you doing there? Big Al, Firearms 101. Yeah, lots of good people jumping in the side chat. Don't really know why. Not doing anything special here. Just sitting around in a Mr. Holster shirt, drinking beer and testing equipment. So, you know, because you got to have like 4 or 5 of these before you get ready for foreign and domestic.
Yeah, well, everybody knows. Put a couple of beers and somebody in front of a camera. It's going to get interesting.
Absolutely.
What are you drinking anyway?
Well, it's the Lingenfelter's Summer Shanty.
Ooh.
Sounds fancy.
It's basically it's got like a lemon aftertaste. I have no idea what the percentage is on it. It can't be huge because it really wasn't all that expensive. I bought the stuff because it was cheap. And actually the first time I tried the Summer Shanty was just the other night before last. We here in my little town, we have a bike night on the last Friday or third Friday of every month during the right time of year. And so I was walking around bike night, interviewing people, asking them what their opinion was on the Second Amendment, what their stance was on the Second Amendment. I can't remember exactly whose chat I was on doing that. Oh, I was on Night Strikes chat. So yeah, it's not bad stuff. It's not bad stuff. You get 4 or 5 of them, and you feel like you've had a couple of shots of whiskey. So
Was it that Leinenkugels? They make some good ones. That one's probably got to be about like 5.
yeah, something like that. If I can actually read the damn thing. Oh no, yeah, I think it says 4.8.
That was close.
And old guy needs his damn glasses to see the shit.
Just get contacts. It'll be all right.
I don't know about all that. There's something about touching my damn eyeball that just I don't know about all that.
I do it every day. It's totally fine. It takes a week to get used to it, but
You speak from experience?
Yeah, you just go like this, and then you pop it in.
Yeah.
It's really easy.
It feels weird at the beginning, but yeah, once you get used to them, it's nothing.
Yeah. See?
So now you got to get the ones that change the color of your eye too, so that you can freak everybody out. Like, I thought you had blue eyes. No, they're brown. And they think they're going crazy.
I've done that. I did that one year. I had turquoise colored contacts, and it was pretty cool.
So you really freak somebody out. You get the ones where the corneas are white.
Yeah.
You really mess with them.
That'd be kind of weird. Or the blackouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, those ones I've seen, and that's kind of freaky looking. That and the cat eye ones. It just looks wrong.
Could you imagine me with all my freaking colorful hair and blackout eyes? Like, I would be scaring people all over Texas.
She's possessed.
Yeah, I don't think that anybody would even approach you, walking around with the colorful hair, black eyes, and a 1911 on the hip. That just, I mean, people would probably part as you're walking down a grocery aisle or something.
Probably would. They probably would. It's
like,
not going to help my gun gal's mission, will it?
I was okay with everything until you said the 1911 on the hip. Then I started to freak out. Not the black eyes, but the 1911.
I love the 1911.
Oh, it's an awesome firearm.
It's my favorite. My husband's never getting it back.
Yeah, but what happens when he picks up another one? You're going to fall in love with that one too.
Unless it's like the Kimber sapphire and stainless one, I don't think I'd take it. If he buys the Kimber sapphire and stainless edition in 45 caliber, then he can have his back. But
yeah, that's a bright one.
Yeah. But it's got to be 45. I'm a big fan of the 45 caliber.
Well, have you shot 10 millimeter yet?
Oh,
no.
So awesome. 10 millimeters are a very good round.
Oh, beauty, you've got to give 10 millimeter a chance.
All right, I'll give it a chance when we go to the gun range. I'll rent one.
You will not be disappointed.
Yeah,
definitely want to shoot a 500 too. Like, my list of guns that I want to shoot is now, well, just the pistols is up to like five spiral notebook pages. So my list is constantly growing.
I don't think the list will ever end.
Yeah, I got hit with a couple of really big bills. I was on the road to a 1911. I pretty much had it narrowed down to 3 different 1911 10 millimeters. And then I got hit with a couple of major bills that I had to take care of, not only for myself, for some family. And so that kind of went out the window for right now and got put onto the back burner. But I absolutely love me a 10 millimeter. It is a sweet shooting around.
That's kind of where we're at. We're trying to pay off medical bills and stuff. And so buying guns and all of that is kind of taking a back seat. And so got to get those medical bills down. Have kids, they said.
You'll enjoy them. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy them when
Yeah,
they're sleeping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best
That
time.
one passed out on the couch, and the other one's passed out in her crib. And I'm like, okay, yeah, they're wonderful when they're sleeping. They don't back talk. My daughter now tells me "bite me,"
Oh,
among other words. I'm
You're
not
che-
even. I'm not kidding. My daughter, I took her bottle away from her a couple of weeks ago. I was on the Outlaw Hatfield chat, and she just straight up goes, "Bite me," and I was like, "What the? Are you kidding me right now?" And so now she's at the point because she, of course, she's got a mouth like her mama, and she's sassy, and so she'll throw a toy or she'll throw her bottle or something, and I look at her, I'm like, "What are you doing?" And she goes, "Bucket, bucket."
Oh,
And I'm
Jesus.
like, "What the hell is wrong with you? What is your malfunction?" And she'll like throw whatever's in her hand, and she's like, "Bucket." So we're going through a bucket phase right now.
well,
That
at least she's
Okay.
using it properly. I mean,
you got to give her credit. I mean, when it comes to that or bite me, she uses it in correct content, and it's like, oh,
Yeah,
exactly what it.
just to surprise her one day. Next time she says "bite me," just really bite her.
Don't tempt me because there has been some days. There has been some days. But yeah, I love it when they're sleeping because I don't have to deal with sass or attitude. They just look like the peaceful little angels that you thought you were going to have all the time.
Yeah, fooled you.
Yeah, it's the mom curse though, because my mother told me my kids were going to be 10 times worse than I was, and I was like, I wasn't that bad. And then my mom started telling me how I was, and I was like, fuck, I'm screwed.
It's like I don't remember being like that.
It's pretty bad.
well, yeah, it's like my mom goes, "Oh, I was such a bad mother." And I'm like, "How's that?" I mean, we're alive, we're healthy, we're semi level headed. Can't be that bad. I mean, I'm not in freaking prison or anything.
Right?
Yeah, then she breaks off. Well, if we just didn't drop you that one day, you'd probably be even better.
Yeah, I really regret carrying you around by your ankle, but it made you taller. So yeah, and it gave my hair some body too. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate that. I mean, I can't do the Joey bedhead thing though. It looks good. It looks good on some dudes like Joey. It'll look good. It'll look good on Joey. You put me in bedhead, and I just look like I got fucking bedhead.
Well, wait, which way are you talking about? Because this is like during the day, and when I do the night chats, it's basically right after I get out of the shower and just leave it the way it is.
My crap's just all going gray and crap anyway. I thought about going the whole different colored route, but it just really probably wouldn't look all that great on me.
Just for men.
Y'all have it so easy. I mean, y'all can brush your hair and just go. Me,
I think
I've
a
got
brush.
my ponytail right now because it's going through that awkward phase because it's too long in the back and it's growing out, but it's still too short to just throw everything up in a ponytail. And so when it's down, it just kind of like, I don't know. It takes about 3 hours still to do my hair.
Oh my god.
Because
5
it's
minutes.
supposed to be cut like Pixie, but Pixie is like nobody told me before that Pixie is a freaking high maintenance hairdo.
And with it short, you would think, oh, it's not that big of a deal. It's just like, I was actually thankful the last time I ended up shaving my head. It was like, get out of the shower, run the towel over my head. All right,
That's
I'm
it.
good.
Good to go.
No
Hey, you
brush,
skip
no
a step.
nothing.
Skip
the
a
way
step.
it
Don't even need
stands-
shampoo anymore.
Yeah, don't even save money. It was a real easy way to save money too, so
Yeah.
we had Philo jump in and Phil M. Rivers, not really doing anything at all. We're just kind of BSing. I changed my setup a little bit, needed to do a little bit of changing around on things. And wanted to do some testing before foreign and domestic tonight. And I also need to acquire myself another liquid beverage. So I think I will leave Gunpowder Beauty in charge.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Lord.
Where's this gonna go?
So, all right.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, I'm so gonna mess up his chat. I hope you're happy. All right, let me
Who's
see
out
what we got going on in this thing. All right.
Oh, crap. Bring up the
Yes,
chat.
more beer. Hey, Philo. Hey, everybody. I think Kimber Sapphire dances at a
did.
local club. I think she does too.
I think there's one at every club.
Yeah. Those chicks are everywhere. Kind of like Dart.
Well, I've got one chick that works for me that has like almost a third of her scalp, and I don't quite get it, but it's like a third of her scalp shaved all the way back, and everything else is like almost down to her shoulder. And it's a very natural color. It's not like she has like all this weird off the wall, I'm a club freak type hair going on, but it's like shaved just on the one side. I'm like, what's your man think about that? Oh, he thinks it's great. That's the side he puts on the pillow.
I have a friend that shaved off like from here to right behind her ear. So it's just this section shaved off. I don't get it, but whatever. I couldn't do it.
There is something kind of attractive about some women that do have their head shaved. I mean, G.I. Jane, that was a damn good look. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Sinead O'Connor pulled it off pretty good.
I feel like I've got too lumpy of a head to try to pull off something that's going to show off my head. Like I don't think I could pull off that look.
What's this lump for? When Mama beat me over the head with a spoon? That's the rolling pin. And here's where I fell down the stairs and landed on my head.
I'm so glad that we never had stairs. I would definitely have knots from that.
Just that graceful, are you?
Yeah, I'm so graceful. I trip over flat surfaces. I choke on air. I'm as graceful as it gets sometimes.
Mother Nature's trying to kill you.
Pretty much.
Philo puts out there, it's like a super mullet. And so back before mullets were cool, I had a mullet.
Oh boy.
And one of my high school girlfriends took one of my school pictures, and she's now a high school teacher. And so she's got pictures of all of her friends over the years, all over her podium at school. And she says that every single time, every new class that comes in, that's the one picture that they always point out. Look at that dude's mullet. Look.
Was it business in the front, party in the rear?
Oh, it was all business in the front and party in the back. I used to rock the mullet. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah, I'll admit this one. I did used to dye my hair in my clubbing days.
Oh yeah, yeah. What would you do with it?
I did the blonde highlights.
Just the tips.
Yeah, sometimes just the tips, and sometimes just a little here and there.
The whole skunk strip or what?
No, that I never did. No skunk strip. I didn't go that far. God, the first time I walked home with that, my father wanted to kill me. He's like, "What the fuck did you do to your hair?" I'm like, "Oh, I put a little color in it." He goes, "Yeah, get it the fuck out." I'm like, yeah, it ain't coming out. Oh man, he hated that. Whew. Actually, there's a lot of stuff I did he hated. That was one of the main ones.
Well, one day I came home with an earring in my left ear.
Oh God!
I had gotten a piercing stud from one of my girlfriends, and I just popped it through my ear, right? And he comes home and he looks at me and goes, "I don't see a parrot on your shoulder." I said, "What?" He goes, "There's only two kinds of men that wear earrings. One's a pirate and the other one's a faggot, and I don't see a parrot on your shoulder." Like, oh, okay. So you kind of don't, you're not into it. And so God. For like 2 weeks after that, I would take it out when I'd go home from school, and every day on the way home to school, I would pop it right back through. And he got hip to it and whatnot. And we went to this amusement park, and he specifically took us right to this one ride that was a stand-up ride. And it had pads that went up on each side of your head, so your head didn't bopple around in the ride. But on the way there, he's like, "Go ahead and put it in. I know you're wearing it. You might as well put it in." And so I took that piercing stud and I popped it through, and I'm all, "Oh yeah, he's finally all right. He's on it. He's letting me do this shit, whatever." We went on that ride, and my head started boppling around that piercing stud, stabbing me in the freaking neck.
It's got that point on the back of it still. God.
By the end of the ride, I had blood just running down my neck and into my shirt. The people getting on the ride are all freaking out.
Shit, I think by the time was actually when I met my wife, I had 3 in the left and 1 in the right. But I had the 2 on the lobe, and then on the top I had the hoop that went through, and it had like a little fluorescent ball that would glow in the dark. On one of my jobs, I actually lost the ball, so it would actually sit on my ear, and it looked like it was a through and through. So everyone's like, "Whoa, dude!" It goes, "That must be painful. How the hell did they line that up so well?" So I just took it. I go like this. I'm like, "Yeah," and I start playing with it, and like, holy shit! They thought it was like ripping it out of my head. Then I got a job at Costco, and they're like, "Ah, yeah, you really can't have the earrings and shit like that." So I wound up taking them out, and they've been out of it. That was, oh God. That was what, like 2000, yeah, probably 2007 was probably the last time I had him in. But that was hysterical. My father saw those too. He goes like this. He goes, "Come here." I'm like, "No." He goes, "Why not?" I'm like, "I don't know. You're going to try to rip them out of my head. I ain't that stupid." Because you're just going to wake up one night.
Just come here a minute.
Yeah. You're going to wake up one night and there's going to be a string attached to one of them, and I'm going to be at the other end with the car pulling it down the block by it.
Yeah, I seen a guy at it was Metallica and Slayer way back in the day. And I was there with a girl, so I'm standing just a little outside the pit, and I've got her in front of me, right? And I'm just like pulling her around wherever I need to pull her around so she's not getting jacked up being on the edge of the mosh pit. Well, there's this guy a little bit further down from us standing just outside of the pit. And he's like, reach in and throw a punch and jump back. Reach in and throw a punch and jump back. And I look, and the guy's got an earring with a chain attached to it, with a chain attached to his nose ring. And just out of nowhere, you see this one guy's hand come out and grab a hold of that chain and yank it right off his freaking head. And he's like, "Ah!" And then the next guy that went by him sucked that dude up into the mosh pit Didn't see him the rest of the night. He
He was
disappeared
done.
into the mosh pit.
Once you go in, you never come back out. Oh man, what was it? The one Metallica concert I actually went to was at Giant before MetLife Stadium was at Giant. It was at the regular Giant Stadium. I went with me and a couple of my friends, and my friend Anthony had now his wife, and she's standing to my right. And it just got to the point where I was so into the concert, I just went bam, like threw my fist up in the air. But as I threw my fist up, it kind of went sideways, and I thought it was, I'm drunk, so I thought it went straight. I punched. I thought I punched her in the arm. Meanwhile, it was the girl that was behind me. She bent over, and I almost punched her right in the chin.
Oh my god!
And I go like this. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. She goes, mosh pit, great. I'm on my way down. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this chick? I almost not cold clocked her. And she was like, yeah. I'm like, okay, guess she liked it.
Yeah, there's some chicks that are into that sort of thing, I guess.
I was like, oh boy. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, oh shit, I just punched my friend's girlfriend. Next thing I know, this girl goes, oh, that was awesome. I'm like, yeah, how many did you have to drink?
Yeah, I miss those concerts, man. I really miss some concerts.
Oh,
the
God,
the things that chicks would wear to those concerts and the things that they would take off and leave at the concert.
Oh, like we were on the probably like the first level up, and we were towards the back of the concert. So you see, you got the mosh pit all the way up front, and then you got like the stragglers in the back. We're just sitting there watching, like, dude, they're like, yeah, I can never do that. And freaking wind up getting knocked out. All of a sudden, you just see this one guy stand there. He's going like this. He's freaking swinging his hands, and this guy just turns around and freaking roundhouse kicks him. It was like one of those movie things where you see their legs and they just spin and fall. I was like, holy shit. Guy stood down for at least a good 5 minutes before he actually got up, and he was just like looking around like, oh, what the hell just happened? It's like, dude, you just got kicked hard. It's like, yeah, they're fun to watch, but nah, you're not gonna get me in one of them.
Yeah, that's people watching is one of my favorite sports, though, and so going to sporting events and concerts where you've got just massive amounts of people and half of them are freaking drunk, and people just do some of the strangest shit.
You want to go people watching? I mean, a prime 2:00 in the morning in Manhattan, Times Square. People watch there. You can have one hell of a YouTube channel just by that. Just from seeing who's walking around. You'll have guys walking around like piss drunk, throw up in their hands, and just walk as if like nothing happened. And then they'll start talking to like the street post. It's amazing. It's like,
that's more like watching aliens than it is people, though.
Oh my god. If you ever want to see some funny shit, man, New York subways and just Times Square is unreal. Like one of the first jobs I did with my cousin in the city, we're taking the subway in. These two black guys come in, and one of them just starts, beatboxing, freestyling, and he goes like this. He goes, I'm poor as shit, and he's dumb as fuck, and we're here to entertain you all. I'm like, I just look at my cousin. I go, dude, he just said what I think he said. He goes, yeah, they're here all the time. I'm like, oh, so they're every day or something. He goes, yeah. Like they just walk up and down car to car, and people throw money.
Oh yeah,
it's hysterical though. I'm dumb as shit, and I'm like, oh my god.
Some of the buskers that I've heard of, they actually make a pretty decent living. You can go out and beat on a freaking pair of 5-gallon buckets and make money doing that shit as long as you've got any kind of talent at all.
Yeah. Well, you also got the fake ones too, which they make a shit ton of money. We did this one job, and every morning I'd walk up. This guy would be it would look like he's been sleeping there all night, but he would have a sign in a cup in front of him. One day I show up, he's not there, so I'm like, oh, they put the landlord or whatever, the building manager finally kicked him out. Like whatever. So as I'm walking down the hallway, this guy walks past me, and I'm like, this guy looks familiar. Don't think anything of it. Next day I go back outside. Guy's not there again. Same thing. I'm walking down the hallway. I'm like, this guy looks familiar, but now he's wearing the sunglasses that the guy outside was wearing. It turns out he works in the building at night, and he goes out there and sits there for at least 4 to 5 hours a day. And he goes like this. He goes, they're like, yeah, he'll make like $20, $50 a day just sitting there. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. He just sits there, and he puts on like really shitty clothes too. Like he's in the building, and you wouldn't even notice it. The only reason I recognized it was because he had the same sunglasses on. I'm like, you gotta be kidding. I'm like, this guy's getting paid a nice paycheck in here, and he's going outside and freaking bumming around. I was like, yeah.
Yep.
I'm like,
Yeah, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. There's people that totally will take advantage as much as they possibly can of human nature.
Oh God, who the hell was it? They have it's on YouTube. I don't remember what the video is, but this one woman would walk around Midtown, and she's like literally hunched over with 2 crutches that like go underneath her arms, and she looks like she's literally like an L in permanently. And she walks around, and people, they give her money and whatnot. And then somebody actually followed her onto the subway, and they followed her. She was in Manhattan. Then I forgot if it was she got off in either the Bronx or in Brooklyn or something like that. Gets into a van. They follow the van to where she lived. She gets out of the van. It's a mother of 2. She gets out, not even recognizable. Standing straight up, walks right to the house. I was like, you got to be kidding me. And she makes a fortune doing this crap.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. There was, I used to be part owner of a bar and grill in Southern California. And there was every morning I would take the deposit from the previous night to the bank. And so I'm on my way to the bank, and there's this guy at the freeway off ramp with a sign, a homeless veteran, blah, blah, blah. And people were giving him money, and hey, I got, $5 on me here, and I kicked him $5. That night, same guy comes walking in my bar, and he's got this just folded stack, right? And he just has a grand old time in the bar, didn't recognize me from Adam, right. Has a great time, spent a big chunk of this folded stack in the bar. And the following morning, I'm on my way to make the deposit, and here he is standing on the side of the freaking road. And I pulled up, set the bike down, get off the bike, and I'm just start giving this guy a ration of shit, just chewing him a new fucking asshole. And there's people on the off-ramp like cheering me on, telling him, trying to get me to just beat this dude down. Well, the following day, I pull up, and he had literally a sign that said, "Why lie? I need a beer." He's like, whoa. And he flags me over. He's like, "I got to thank you, man. I got to thank you." And I'm like, "Thank me for fucking what, asshole?" And he goes, "I've made more money than I have all fucking week because of this sign."
Oh shit!
Because I told him, if you're in a fucking bad way, you're in a bad way. But if you're just fucking lying about it and you're a fucking alcoholic and you just need beer, just make a fucking sign that says you need beer.
Oh God, that's like my first time I went to go see my sister in California. She took I think it was it Venice Beach, and like right along the boardwalk, they're all panhandlers, with the signs and everything. And I'm looking at them, and there's one same thing. Why lie? We need to smoke weed, and there's like 20 of them just sitting around this little freaking I don't know, a burn circle or something, and they just had the sign there, and they're just like $5. We just need to smoke. I'm like, oh my God. Like, at least they're honest.
Yeah, well, hell, at least they're fucking honest, really. Well, hell, I appreciate you jumping in there, Joey. Appreciate everybody that jumped in the side chat. Think I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. Just a little bit of testing here and some of the summer shanty. You got anything you got going on, Joey?
Right now, oh man, not really. It's just I know time is going to get tight because as of Monday, tomorrow's Monday. We start my summer schedule, and down at the beach club, I'm going to have like practically no time to do anything. So if I ever pop up a video every now and then, it'll be like a rarity, but try to get some stuff up. I'm not going to go too silent, but I got a couple things that I got together right now that I got to sit down and actually edit. So other than that, nothing much.
Well, good. Yeah, Gunpowder ended up falling out because her phone died, she said. I don't actually have much going on. Foreign and domestic tonight on the Crazy Scotsman's channel. We'll be talking about this, that, or the other thing. At this point, I don't really know. And also on Facebook, or Alaskan Ballistics is starting the hashtag Guard Every School. And this is one that I'd like to get out there and start everybody getting hit and heavy if we can. So go over to Alaskan Ballistics and check out his video on that. Great dude. He's a school teacher, and so he would have a pretty good idea of what it would be like to actually carry on campus to guard kids. So check that out. Other than that, thanks everybody for coming in. Thanks, Joey, for popping in. Thanks, Gunpowder Beauty, for popping in. As always, keep the magazines loaded and one in the chambers.